San Diego County is known for being one of America's most expensive regions. Locals are feeling the squeeze and looking for solutions. KPBS's new series, Price of San Diego, delves into the rising cost of groceries, childcare, car insurance, and even our beloved California burrito. You won't want to miss this ongoing series live now at kpbs.org/Price of San Diego.
Welcome in, San Diego. It's Jade Hindman. On today's show, there's a lot of buzz around Korean skincare. We'll learn about the techniques and products to keep our skin glowing. This is KPBS Midday Edition, connecting our communities through conversation. If you're online at all, you might have seen the buzz over Korean beauty products, also known as K-beauty. It's a booming industry. In fact, South Korea exported a record $11 billion in cosmetics in 2025. Well, now K-beauty has a hub right here in San Diego with the store Seoul Glow Lab. It's like Seoul, the capital of South Korea. So this Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about the boom in Korean skincare, along with the community and education building around it locally. I'm here with the founder of Seoul Glow Lab, Katie Hernandez. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And also with us is Sabrina Kim. She's an esthetician at Seoul Glow Lab, and she also runs her own business, Seoul Care Standard. So Sabrina, welcome to you too.
Thank you for having us.
So glad to have you both here in studio. Before we talk more about the store itself, I'd love to talk about your journeys in skincare. So Katie, where did it all start for you? What's been your relationship to skincare?
So for me, I actually have a pretty strong background in beauty. And it kind of just naturally evolved into a love for skincare. I started realizing no matter how well I did my makeup or other people's makeup, that it was all about the foundation that was underneath. So the older I got, the more I started dabbling into skincare. And then when I was pregnant with my daughter, there were a lot of products that I wasn't able to use anymore. So I started leaning more towards K-beauty because they have a lot more gentle ingredients. And it was just love at first sight from there.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina, how about you? I hear it started with your family, actually.
Yeah, just being Korean, I grew up around skincare and just overall holistic health in general. It was very much a part of my daily rituals at home. So my mom and my grandma, just watching them apply their skincare and their makeup just since I was a little girl just really has inspired this career path and really helped shape the ethos behind my brand as well.
Wow. Well, Katie, what made you want to open a K-beauty store here in San Diego?
Yeah, so honestly, I have such a deep love, passion, and respect for K-beauty, and I felt like it was really lacking in San Diego. If you wanted that type of experience to be able to touch and feel these products that are trending on TikTok Shop or even Instagram, there's not really a lot of places to do that, and you have to travel, 2 or maybe sometimes even 3 hours just to have some kind of experience. So I felt like the San Diego community deserved a central hub where they can go locally to and to learn about it. The education piece is kind of really important to me as well.
Also, I'm curious. Tell me, for those who don't know, what is K-beauty? What are the products? How are they different from other products? I know you mentioned that they're gentler, Katie, but talk to me about that. What encompasses Korean skincare?
Yeah, so Eastern and Western practices are very different. Western practices typically focus on actives and kind of fixing problems after they already arise, whereas Eastern beauty focuses more on barrier health and just making sure, just starting at the barrier first. It's a barrier first philosophy. So a lot gentler ingredients and just making sure that you're taking care of your skin. It is the largest organ, and people often forget that. So. But I know Sabrina can shed a little bit more light on that as well.
Yeah, just everything is essentially rooted in tradition. So traditional herbal ingredients, traditional rituals that is passed down or through traditional Chinese medicine, traditional Korean medicine as well. So like Katie was mentioning, with the Eastern versus Western, you'll see in facial treatments, the more Western-oriented treatments and solutions are very aggressive treatments, just very quick fixes, kind of putting a Band-Aid on your skin concern or skin health in general, versus the Eastern approach where you kind of look at the longevity and prevention of these skin concerns and just overall health in general. So very much how can you prevent, and also how can you help support longevity versus treating the concern after it's already happened.
Yeah. Well, my mother was also an esthetician, and
amazing.
Yeah, so her issue with Western skincare products was always that she felt they were too harsh for the skin, and actually exacerbated skin issues or caused them in some cases. So the fact that these products that you're talking about are much more gentler and preventative is really great, and something that I know the market has needed for a while. You know, for many people, San Diego is seen as really the center for wellness. So how do you think skincare fits into that conversation, Sabrina?
Like you mentioned, San Diego is such a wellness mecca. So you'll see that kind of more through fitness in my experience, especially when it comes to community building as well. Just being in my 20s and on my own personal search for community, I've done so many fitness events, wellness events, more holistic health too. So like the Reiki, the sound baths, the sound healing, the community yoga. And I've been seeing community acupuncture pop up a lot too. But I'm really happy to see lately as well skincare kind of getting into that mix through vendor pop-ups, through vendor activations. So a lot more portable treatments. And I've done those events as well. So kind of doing express gua sha massages, just kind of sharing that intro to people who are interested but have no idea what they're even interested in or learning about. So that's been a really great way for me personally to share Soul Care Standard and Seoul Glow Lab. So I've been kind of seeing, that increase in skincare and just skin health in general pop up through wellness events and the wellness community in those ways.
You mentioned a type of massage.
Gua sha.
What is that?
Gua sha is a form of lymphatic drainage. So it originates from traditional Chinese medicine. Gua sha kind of translates to scraping sand. So traditionally, it was done on the body. It just really helps move qi or energy flow and stagnancy. And so it's very diagnostic if you're familiar with cupping therapy and you do cupping on your body and you see the discolorization or the darker marks, lighter marks, and that's diagnostic to maybe stagnancy in your body, blood flow that isn't really flowing, energy that isn't really flowing. So gua sha, the way that it's adapted from kind of the harsher body scraping into the more gentler facial massage, it's just another form of lymphatic drainage. So it helps depuff, increase circulation, oxygen flow, and just kind of remove the toxins from your body through lymphatic drainage, essentially.
Wow, sounds like a very necessary thing to do. Katie, besides just K-Beauty, you're also focused on building community and supporting other women-owned businesses. Talk about how you do that and why that's important.
Yeah, so my whole motto is that there's really room for everybody at the top. And I just want to be a place for community, for education, just an outlet for other women-owned businesses locally in San Diego to just uplift them and put them in front of other audiences and, a lot of different types of people who maybe wouldn't have discovered them, organically. So with that, we also do a ton of workshops at Seoul Glow Lab. Sabrina hosts a ton of events as well, but we also do work with indie brand founders, and they actually come here straight from Korea, so the San Diego community can learn straight from the source. Through my experience, I found that a lot of people are interested in K-Beauty and they're kind of just not sure where to start. The ingredients are so different compared to Western skincare. So there's just a lot of curiosity, but also there's really a lot of room for education. So being able to get brand founders in the same room as the community is something that is so rare and so special, just to be able to be candid and to ask questions, to understand the ethos and origin story behind the brands and the products that you're actually using.
Well, I know Sabrina mentioned that there are a lot of herbs and things like that in the skincare products.
Yes.
Talk to me a bit more about what's in these products that makes them so special.
Yeah, so there's several different ingredients, like mugwort, for example. A lot of them are plant-based. Cica, centella is another one that is super popular and in an ingredient that's in a ton of different skincare products just because of the calming ingredients, how it helps inflammation, and it's suited across multiple skin types. So it's really well tolerated. Also, green tea is another popular one as well that you'll see. PDRN as well. Not as much of an herb, but just a very popular viral ingredient right now. But yeah, so many of them are super gentle and derived from plants.
Well, Sabrina, when we're talking about education, there's a lot of social media buzz around Korean beauty products right now. And with social media comes misinformation sometimes. So how do you navigate all the noise and misinformation when working with clients?
That is a great question because it's something that I face on a daily basis with a majority of my clients that come in. Like you mentioned, there's just so much information overload, especially on TikTok, and also just the commodification of wellness and the marketing angle that a lot of skincare brands do kind of take, especially when it comes to women-focused industries, I think. And so a lot of clients will come in and say, I'm using all these products or all these ingredients. And when I ask why, their answer tends to be like, well, I saw it on TikTok, or I saw that it's trending, so it must be good. Or my friend, family member who has a totally different skin type gave me this, and they said it was great for them. And so I think most of the education comes from helping clients understand their own skin. And then also, I think the mix-up or the disconnect sometimes that I kind of help bridge the gap between is the Western versus Eastern philosophies of Eastern beauty, wellness, and skincare, especially Korean skincare. Before you treat, you want to calm and you want to nourish, and sometimes that means less is more. And so just stripping down to the basics, to the foundations, and then you get to really nourish your barrier, like Katie mentioned, is the philosophy that K-beauty is rooted in. And so a lot of that misinformation, I feel like, just is a conversation. It's most of the times because clients don't know their skin too well. And part of my job is helping them really just connect with themselves in that way, really mind, body, spirit, energy.
Wow. Well, and I imagine you have to factor in some extra time into those appointments to,
yes,
to make sure you have time.
Exactly. I've added an extra 15 minutes to each treatment just because, I love to chat and my clients love to chat and to learn. And so it's been really great being inside Seoul Glow Lab because after the treatment, I get to shop with them personally and just show what Seoul Glow Lab has to offer, but then also help them write a very personalized skincare routine and just being really accessible just beyond the treatment room as well.
That's great. And also listeners might have heard of the popular 10-step Korean skincare routine. So what do people actually need to know when building their routine?
That is a great question. I know 10, 11, 12 steps can sound very excessive, but I think that also kind of speaks to the difference between Western skincare routines versus K-beauty, where I feel like in the U.S., everything is about steps. And so that can sound really excessive. I have a lot of clients saying like, well, that's not really realistic for me, or like, I don't have time for that. Whereas K-beauty, it's more seen as a ritual. So it's not really steps, but function. And so, for example, if your skin is really dry or dehydrated, it's less about the steps and more so about like what products can help your skin function better, help bring back that barrier strength. And so if you kind of switch your mindset or your framework around your skincare routine into more of a skincare ritual, I found that that's helps just resonates a little bit better with clients, that it's not about the steps or the number of products, but what is actually effective and what is useful. So it doesn't need to be 10 steps. Sometimes people find that 4 products or 4 steps is perfect for them.
Before we go, I'm curious to know, like, what role has skincare played in your own self-care journeys?
Yeah. So, I mean, for me specifically, I know, especially when I was pregnant, it was the one thing that I could do for myself. And even, after, having my daughter, just making sure that I'm always carving out the time for myself was really important to me. It was also something that I wanted her to be able to witness so she can grow up knowing that taking care of your skin isn't selfish. It shouldn't be a luxury or considered a luxury. It's our largest organ, and we should really just nourish it like we nourish our bodies and our minds.
And Sabrina, I'll let you have the last word here.
I think it's become even more important to me now because I am so hands-on with my clients. So, touching people all day, every day kind of can feel depleting. And with that, I've noticed that my skin just really reflects on what's happening internally. So when I'm feeling tired, when I'm feeling stressed, when I'm feeling burnt out or overworked or just maybe not eating the best foods, the best meals, it really shows up in my skin. So it's kind of helped me get back to the foundations of, holistic wellness overall and how what's happening internally does reflect what's happening externally as well.
I've been speaking with Katie Hernandez, founder of Seoul Glow Lab in Convoy, and Sabrina Kim, esthetician and founder of Seoul Care Standard. Katie and Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us. Great conversation.
Thanks for
you so
having
much.
us.
That's our show for today. I'm your host, Jade Hindman. Thanks for tuning in to Midday Edition. Be sure to have a great day on purpose, everyone.
Powerful people can abuse their position, and the community expects them to be held accountable. That's where the KPBS investigations team comes in. If you have a tip for us, send an email to investigations@kpbs.org or message on the Signal app at 619-594-8177.